In Adobe InDesign, the frame defines what we see of the image, and it can be independently modified. I recommend that you watch the video Image Placement to learn methods and tips for placing images. So you have this image inside the frame. You can see that when I select this central oculus, that the image, I can move the image, and the frame defines what we see of the image. This oculus will always jump back to the middle, even when the frame seemingly, when the image is moved outside the visible area of the frame. You can still see that, which indicates that this frame actually has an image inside. You can resize the image by navigating, first selecting the image using that oculus, navigating to the corner of the image, holding down the shift to lock in the proportions, and then the image can be resized. The frame can also be resized. Select outside of, basically deselect the image, select the frame by clicking anywhere inside the frame except the oculus, and now you can resize the frame. If you want to resize the frame and the image at the same time, hold down the Control and the Shift keyboard buttons, keyboard keys, and select the corner. So now both the frame and the image content is resized. To fit the frame to the image, select the frame, double click on any of the corners, and the image will stretch the frame will stretch to the image. Okay, now we're going to look at the idea of fitting an image inside the frame. We have two frames here. One is actually preset by using the image, the object styles to actually fit the frame. The other one is just an empty frame. So I'm going to place an image there. And again, watch the video for image placement. I click inside this frame, and this image is fitted in. Again, when I examine this, you see that the image is larger than the frame because of its resolution. And to make an image fit, select the frame or the image inside the frame, so either one can be selected. So I select the frame, I right-click, and this option is found right here in the flyout menu. And again, we have two options here that we typically use: field frame proportionally or field content proportionally. Field frame proportionally, we retain the visible area. Field content proportionally will actually fit all of the content in, and if the image doesn't have the same proportion as the frame, you will have areas that are basically blank. So empty right-click again, fitting, so I will select field frame proportionally. It will retain the proportion of the image, but fill it in completely. And because image proportion is not the same as the frame, some parts are overset. Again, you can move the image if you want to reposition it. Now, in the second option, when I place the same image, it is set as an image frame style. And this frame, as soon as I selected the frame and I went to place, it will automatically be fitted in. How do we do that? Well, it's actually very simple. once you set up a frame and you set the image fitting, as I did for this one, just have to navigate to Object Style panel, select, in this case, I'm using the example folder for creating the style, select a folder, or you don't necessarily need folders, but you can if you want to organize your styles. Click on the plus sign, object style appears, let's double click. So let's name it image frame, okay. And here at the basic attributes, you scroll down, navigate to frame and fitting option. You see that because this frame already had that, it is already set up to fit field frame proportionally. This styles, of course, also allows us to, for example, if you want to create rounded corners, you can go to text frame, have to go up here, size and corner options, and you can select rounded corner and set the roundness. You can also add drop shadow if you're interested. And of course, I see the results because my preview is turned on. You say, okay. So now this style has that, so I can assign it to any of these styles if I'm interested. Okay, so that already has a style, but you can create a new style based on this one. So again, enjoy these tips and watch the other tips as well.